Shalom, it's great to be with you guys again. We're going to be covering Genesis chapter 14, verse 16 this evening. We're going to do a stress test, and we're going to be participating in some reading practice of this pasuk. Okay, so here's our text. Okay, so the first word is pronounced Vayashev. So I'd like you to focus on the diacritical markers that I've taken the time to circle in green. You will notice that there is one green circle for every Hebrew word. And in the case of hyphenated words, a hyphenated word, both of the parts of that are considered together with the hyphen one word. And so in most cases, they have one marker. You should do your best to try to differentiate a diacritical marker from a Hebrew nikud, a Hebrew vowel. So I'm not taking the time to go through all the vowels, but if you have taken the time to memorize the Hebrew nikudot, the Hebrew vowels, and you know them well, when you are confronted with a diacritical stress marker, you will not be confused. It will stand right out to you, and you will know instinctively that it is not a vowel. I'm not going to be taking the time to define each of the diacritical markers in terms of their actual name or their functions, other than the fact that one of the three primary functions of a diacritical marker is to show us where a word should be stressed. And so this word here, it is not pronounced va-yashev, or it is not pronounced vayashev. Many Hebrew words are pronounced the tonic syllable, the syllable that gets the stress, is the last syllable. But the diacritical marker is actually going to tell you exactly where it should be stressed. And without these markers, honestly, we'd be in some trouble trying to read and pronounce ancient Hebrew, not knowing where the stress should be in the word. There's very few people that would be able to know that instinctively exactly where it should be stressed. All right, so let's continue on here. Vayashev et kol harhush. Kol harhush. Vagam et lot. Et lot. Achiv urachusho. Eshiv, v'gam et hanashim, va'et ha'am. All right, so we've just read through this passage slowly, taking care to enunciate the words in the proper places. So, and this will come in time. And when you're reading through when you're opening your Hebrew Bible and you're reading a passage, you will not have the benefit of these nice little green circles that I've taken the time. But eventually, you should be able to distinguish them. So the thing to keep in mind, number one, is that every Hebrew word will have a diacritical stress marker. Number two, you're going to need to be able to distinguish what that marker looks like from the vowels, from the nikudot, because they are different. And notice that the markers are both found on top in some instances and on the bottom in some other instances. So you've got a top marker, a bottom, bottom, a top, top, a bottom, a top, a bottom, a bottom, a bottom, and a bottom. Now, one of the other functions other than stress is these markers will indicate, some of these markers, the ones that are disjunctive, will indicate where we should pause in the text. And the only two markers that I am going to show you in terms of major pauses in the text would be the atnak and the saluk. So the atnak looks like an upside down wishbone, and the atnak is an indicator of the middle of a verse in terms of the actual thoughts being conveyed. Let's go ahead and read this a little bit faster. Vayashav et kol harhush v'gam et lot achiv urachusho heshiv v'gam et hanashim v'et ha'am. So this passage happens to be the verse that talks about Avram with his 300 plus men that went to retrieve the booty from that coalition of kings that decided to raid Sodom and Gomorrah and some other towns, and they ended up stealing Lot and his family. And so this is the outcome of that battle. Hashem gave Avram great favor, and he brought back the booty. And so we will, in a future lesson, be seeking to translate this and break down the different words. There are a number of exercises I'd like to take you through first before we actually get to translation and what I would call elucidation, highlighting the meaning of the text. So hopefully this has been helpful for you. I look forward to joining you next time here for another lesson focused on Bereshit, Genesis, chapter 14, Pasuk 16. Blessings to you.